Alright everyone, today is the day that we've all been waiting for. No, I don't know if we've all been waiting for it. Is Ghost Spider release. Red stars now. And that's what we're going to do. And try to see if we can get a 5. I would really love to see if we can get a 5 red star. I have quite a few saved up, so we'll see if we can manage that. And if we get really lucky, then maybe I might actually do an unlock for her. So that's on the schedule for today. Let's see if we get lucky. I got 11 Elite 4s. I really want a 5 though. But I'm going to start with the forest. Okay, so we're going to be starting with the Elite 4 reds for just now. And then if we get really, really unlucky for whatever reason, then or I don't get a 5 or whatever, I might pull a 5 or 2. We'll see. I have a lot of orbs. I've been saving up a lot, but I do want to make sure that I get at least a 4. I would love a 5 for all of my web warriors, my new characters, of course. The only problem with Ghost Spider, of course, is that she is a blitz character, so whether or not you're actually going to be able to get a 4 or a 5 is really going to be dependent on how well you can blitz. As far as free-to-play goes, Ghost Spider is going to cap out at, well, if you're a really good blitzer, that's 242 shards, which is about 4.5 star. That's 100 shards from the payout, 21 from the milestone. Otherwise, you're going to average somewhere between 3 and 3.5 star for most everyone else. So if you can get a 4 still, that's good. But I'm going to see if I can get a 5. That's, of course, if you don't spend on Ghost Spider. So let's see. 4 Black Bolts, starting off trashy. Let's see. Can we get some luck? Do we have any birthday luck? Some birthday luck. Please. OG, I don't want you. Birthday luck. Birthday luck. Come on. Okay. So that's a 4. It's not the 5, but it's the 4. I still want the 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull till I get to about 2 more Elite 5s. Or sorry, 10,000 Elite 5 credits. I'm going to pull the 2 Elite 5s. And then I guess I'm going to stop there. I think. You know, I'm not going to blow too many of these Elite 4s because the chances of getting the 5 is not super stellar. It's 22%. But then it's like 15% of that 22%, which is, I don't know, what, like 3%, maybe 3.5%. So there's like a 3.5% chance of me getting a 5 red her. Hey, I got a 5 red, but not her. Jeez. I was just talking about that. Hydra Grenadier. Yikes. But I did get a lot of Elite 5 credits, though, as a result of that. 4 Mystique. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the Elite 5s. Actually, that leaves me with 6 Elite 4s, so that's still pretty good for the other characters. And I don't have any Elite 6s anymore. I pulled the Elite 6 for someone else. Omega Red, maybe? I don't remember. So let's see. I have a flat 15% chance twice to get her. Not a lot, but maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Just maybe. Oh, we did it! We did it, guys! We got the 5 red! Ghost Spider! Boy. Okay, what do I do now? Well, we're gonna figure that out. Alright, so everyone who's still watching this video, which will probably be up on YouTube, we are going to... I was debating for a long time whether or not I was going to spend money on Ghost Spider or not, and I've come to the conclusion that I have enough cores to unlock her via this method, and I think that's what I'm going to do. What we don't know is the Scarlet Spider. We don't know how many shards we'll be getting out of this Scarlet Spider event, so I would feel more comfortable probably buying an offer for Scarlet Spider than I would, who is also cheaper and a 45 shard unlock than Ghost Spider. So that's what we're going to do. In this part, we're going to be opening up some orbs. We're going to go until we get 100. How much did I say? 113 shards. So 113 shards, that's my target. And the reason why is because that's exactly what I need in order to only have to do a top, I believe a top 1% once. I'm pretty sure I did the math, and let's just to be clear. So you start it because I want a 5-star, so 310 minus 121. This is 1% on the blitz once. Then we're going to subtract 55, doing that, and then 21 because that's the milestone, and then boom, 113. So our target goal for this opening is 113 shards. I'll try to remember that. Let's get started though, and let's see if I'm lucky or not. I'm not starting off pretty good here with a 6, so let's hope things pick up. Things have picked up for me in the past. You know, I've had like a 40 or a 60 in Capsam, I don't remember. We're getting green again. We're getting enough. The game hates me because I didn't decide to spend money. Alright, it hates me again. But this time it's an 8. So let's hope we can get some 10s that would really help and cut the amount of cores that I have to spend. We got a blue. Ooh! Good job. That's like 3. That's 3 orbs worth. So that's good. That'll save me about 1350 cores or something. So that's helpful. Okay. Can we... Oh, we got another blue. Oh, we got a 12. Hey, we got a 12. That saves another 675. So that's pretty good. 32 out of 2 orbs. That's good. I don't think we're anywhere close to the goal yet, so we're going to keep going. Got an 8. Okay, so we're picking up a little bit. Let's keep going again. 6. Okay, we're back to the 6. Now, what are we at now? So, we're at 66. We need 113. That's when I'm going to stop pulling. Okay, let's see. Another green. And another 6. Not so good. So we need about another 50 shards. Ugh. This kind of just shows you that when it comes to spending money on these offers, it's not good value. Because it's huge RNG. Got a blue, and we got a 12. That's going to save me another 675 cores. Okay, so we saved a good chunk of cores with the 12, 12, and the 20. Green, 8. What are we at? 98. We need 15 more shards. Next one's the unlock. We got a 6. Okay, that's not good. We did get the unlock, but we need 9. We need 9 shards. We need 9 shards. Oh, we got a blue. We got a 10. Boom. Okay. We got it. 114. Okay, and we still have almost 5,000 cores. What did I had 13,000, right? So this cost me about 8,000 or so. But that's a lot less than the total that I would have normally had to do, which estimated if you pulled nothing but 6s, you would have had to spend probably about close to 12,000 cores. So I did get away with about like a 3-4K saving there. So that's pretty... Yeah, I would have been a lot less had I got nothing but 6s. So actually, it wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, it was not a 60 pull, but I think it was good nonetheless. We're going to recruit Ghost Spider here at the 3-star, and we got that lucky 5 red. And so here's the question, though. Like I was talking about the Scarlet Spider event, if it involves having to gear them up, I'm not sure what I want to do with this. Now, I've put out some videos already on my channel, if you guys haven't seen it, including Ghost Spider, both in the full Web Warriors team, but also in a Web Warriors hybrid. I'm honestly on the fence about what I want to do personally with this character right now. I really wanted to unlock early, because I think that when the Scarlet Spider event and when the offer comes around, that's actually going to be before the event for before the Ghost Spider Blitz. The Ghost Spider Blitz was pushed back to about, when was that? January the 6th, something like that. So Scarlet Spider will have an offer before the first Ghost Spider Blitz. So definitely around that time is when I'm going to want to start investing in them. Do I want to do it now? I'm unsure. But for the purposes of this video, though, we are going to be talking about the kit. We're going to be talking about the character and about the T4s and the recommendation of the ISOs that I have based on my usage of her in the test server. So we're going to talk about that and jump on over to msf.gg because it's a lot easier to look at things there. Okay, and here we are on MSF.gg. I also want to give a quick shout out to them because they actually changed how the websites worked lately. I'm not sure if you guys noticed this at all, but now when you look at level 6, it actually tells you what upgrading to level 7 is going to do. And I think this was an awesome change that they decided to do because you guys may have known that a lot of people, they like flip back and forth between 6 and 7 because you had to look at the differences between the kits. But now they've actually added this here, which is super awesome. So now you can see for sure what your T4 is going to give. So we can knock all of the kits down to 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, and we can look at this. So first off, I want to say that the assist counter information, it doesn't really do anything here. It just does damage. So you don't really need to have her as a striker. I would actually recommend the Raider ISO because that'll improve her crit. And when we look at her kit and why that's super important to have. So Lift Spider. Now this steals one evade from the primary target. 220% damage plus gain evade. This attack cannot be dodged. Upgrading to the T4 gives you 50% additional damage. However, in raids, if you have Miles, it also, if the primary target has slow, you can apply blind. Now, this is fairly conditional. You need to make sure that they do have slow, otherwise it's not going to apply the blind. However, this is really handy. And whether or not this is a priority T4, I don't know if it's a priority, and you definitely have to have Miles on the team. If you're not using Miles for whatever reason yet, then don't pick it up. But the blind can be very handy. This is what's really great about her kit, though, and what makes her really good about taking on the Bio Doom boss node, because this makes it very easy to ability block Dr. Doom. So attack primary target for 140% damage and 60% crit chance. So on crit, apply ability block. This is why Raider is really important to her, especially if you're not running yet Scarlet Spider or Spider-Punk, who give additional crit chance to her. So your base crit chance, I believe, is like, was it 5 or 10%? So having Raider on top of this is going to bump this up quite significantly, enough to get it pretty close to 100%. I think it's maybe just shy of 100%, but you have to be really unlucky for it not to land that ability block. Chain to 3 to 4 additional damage, and then slow for 2 turns to each target. So this is really good here as well. 2 turn slow. This is going to synergize really well with this basic if you do have the Miles on your team. And this upgrade, it's only about 20% damage, but it does bump up from 3 to 4 to 4 to 5. And I think that's really good there to have as well. And it also gives you an assist by Miles. And that assist by Miles actually is going to help clear positive effects, because Miles' regular attack is basic, but also his assist and his striker action remove positive effects. So you're going to get additional positive effect clearing with this assist from Miles. Now, Web Snare, very, very good skill. This is basically a Hella ult. Just to put it into perspective, this is basically a Hella ult. It just can't spread ability block. So attack all enemies for 280% damage. Spread 3 negative effects from the primary target to all secondary targets. Will not spread stun, which normally you can't do anyways, but also does not spread ability block or trauma. Now, ability block is kind of the new one added here. I talked to some of the devs prior to the patch, and they basically said that spreading ability block was too OP. So the reason why you can't do that is because they want to move away from newer characters having the ability to spread these kind of really bad negative stats effects. In this case, ability block. It's just too crippling, and so newer characters will not have this feature, unfortunately. But if you upgrade this to the T4, which I think is pretty much, in my opinion, a high priority. Not only is it 50% AoE damage, but it spreads all negative effects. And believe it or not, when you do have the Web Warriors dishing out debuffs, and if you're using, any symbiotes at all, there's even more negative stats effects. It's going to spread all of them across the board. So that's kind of why you upgrade like the Hella ult back in the day. This is why you're going to want to get this. So this one's definitely, I would say number 2, because I think the passive is going to be really important as well. So we have percussive punishment, and that's her drumsticks that she's carrying now. So when an ally Spider-Man Miles drops below 50% health, apply stealth to them. That's okay. When an enemy attacks, this is important. When an enemy attacks a Web Warrior ally, attack that enemy for 150% damage. Now, as you can see, the T4 upgrade bumps that by 100%, a whopping 100%. So that goes from 150 to 250, and it does a lot of damage. I don't know if any of you guys had the chance to check out some of my footage from, the Web Warriors Hybrid or the Web Warriors in full. It does a lot of damage. This passive does a lot of damage, and it also counts herself. Now, I don't know if that's a bug or not. The CMs, the community managers, have not followed up with me, but this Web Warrior ally part also includes herself. So whether it's her or other members of the Web Warrior team, she counterattacks for that, or retaliates, sorry, as well. Not only does she get like an additional 25% damage on her passive and dodge chance, she gets even more and spreads that to the rest of the Web Warrior allies. So when you're seeing some of these crazy damages numbers from Miles OG and just everyone else in the Web Warriors, it's because of all these passives. So Ghost Spider has a damage passive to spread to the Web Warriors. Scarlet Spider and Spider-Punk, I know we don't have them yet, but they improve crit chance and crit damage. So when you're seeing these huge numbers with the team, it's because of all these passives working together. Now on spawn, apply speed up and evade to all to self and all Web Warrior allies. This is crazy as well. Also, this is really important, but I do want to say that this does not work unless you have the full team. So on spawn, if this character has 4 or more Web Warrior allies, generate 2 ability energy for 5 random Web Warrior allies or self that were not a full energy. So this is basically the full team, and this is what makes them very autoable. So because you do this, and you're not going to start with anything less than 3 ability energy on any node. So this makes the Web Warriors a very autoable team for Doom Raid Bio, and why it's so important. So this passive, not only are you getting the dodge chance, it's the damage for the retaliate. This makes it a #1 priority in my opinion. The ultimate is going to be a #2 priority to me, and then after that, it's your call whether or not you want to do the special or the basic. But I think that the special is probably going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 down the bottom. So passive, alt, special, and basic. And as far as ISO goes, I alluded to this earlier, I would start off by doing Raider. Honestly, Raider is probably the best all the way through. Some people might want to do Striker just for additional damage, but as far as the Striker follow-up is concerned, it doesn't do a ton. So I'm not sure I would really recommend doing that personally. So it is what it is there. But yeah, I would recommend Raider, especially when you don't have the full team with Scarlet Spider and Spider-Punk, so that you can bump your crit chance for the special as high as you possibly can for that ability block. Now let's talk about her unique, because well, it's very unique, because out of all of the Web Warriors, that she has actually alien spores. You can kind of see it on the side of my frame there. I know it's cutting it off a little bit. A superior alien spores. So all of the other Web Warriors characters require Oz formula. And a lot of it. You know, a G15 is 61. So hopefully some of you guys have alien spores saved up. That way you can gear her up when you do get around to that. The other characters of the Web Warriors are going to require Oz formula. So anywhere up to 244 superior Oz formula for that. So there's going to be a lot of whopping Oz formula. I know we're not talking about Oz formula characters, but I just wanted to mention that anyways while we're here. She is a very good character. She has some of the highest damage stats in the game. I'm not even joking here. If you look at the stats table for her, and I've talked about this in previous videos, if you look at the damage stats and you scroll up here, she actually is #3. She's just below Phyla-Vell and T'Challa. As far as damage goes, she is #3, which is very, very high. It's higher than Deathpool. This does include her damage passive, though, the 25% that she gets to herself. But all in all, her stats are pretty good. Now, as far as, I should have just done the find button here. She does actually perform quite well in other stats. 533k here, #31 for health, and her damage. Her armor, I think, is pretty decent too. 51. As far as a brawler goes, it's not terrible. Her focus, she lands at #14 with focus. So that's kind of a reason why I don't think you need her as a skirmisher. I think some of the suggestions from the Marvel Strike Force official channel suggested skirmisher, I think, but I really wouldn't go for it. I don't think she needs it. Her focus is pretty high as is. So that's Ghost Spider in a nutshell. Very, very, very strong character. Look forward to using her a little bit more. She also has the Rebel tag. When we do get around the Spider-Punk, the campaign event, she is going to be really, really good, and someone that you're going to want to use pretty soon. So, yeah, for me personally, I am not gearing her up. Let's switch back to my game here really quick. The reason why I'm not gearing it right today is because of the Scarlet Spider event and my uncertainty around that. Reasoning is I don't know how many Scarlet Spider shards are going to be available. We have some clues that there are going to be a training mod component, training mod spending component to that event, which makes me really concerned about what characters that I'm going to be leveling. I don't actually have a lot of characters that I actively want to level, and so if it requires me to do that, I don't want to force myself into gearing characters that I don't want to. So that's why I'm keeping Ghost Spider where she is just now. So I want to apologize for anyone who might be expecting some gameplay footage. I would take a look at some of my Web Warriors videos, though. I think they're very valid. Even though it's not the star levels maybe you're looking for at 3 yellow or 4 yellow, I think it's still very valid as well. So That's the end of this orb opening video, guys. Let me know what you're doing with Ghost Spider. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to do something similar to me? Did you pull really well? Did you do well at your red stars? What's your plans for the Web Warriors? And especially with Scarlet Spider and Spider-Punk around the corner in January. So that's it for just now. And of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy. And I will see you all later. Boilon signing out.